I bet every one of your new prospects or even your clients, I bet you always ask that because everybody loves that question. Who set up their own business from scratch? Right, okay, that's brilliant. That rarely happens, I get that. Do you not agree with me? And remember, I haven't had the experience, but do you not agree with me? Setting up your own business is like creating a baby, isn't it? Like not having one, because I don't know about that bit, but isn't that right, everybody? You're creating something from nothing. So when you start asking other people about how did you get started in that, or what made you become a, those are key questions that get people to like you. It's all about being interested in them, genuinely interested in them. Once they know you're an accountant or whatever new description you're going to give them after today, once they know that, park it. The rest of it is irrelevant. They don't care how many people you employ. They don't care how many staff you've got. They don't care about you. They only care about them. And by you showing genuine interest in them is how you may create business. But remember this, even if they're dead happy with their existing advisors, things don't last forever. And also remember this, everybody is somebody's somebody. So even though you're talking to somebody who isn't in business, doesn't need your services, their brother, their sister, their neighbour might need your services. So you have to go to an event, not just looking at the person you're talking to, but who they know. Now, all of you want to know that, don't you? And the reason you want to know that, would somebody like to shout and tell me, why is that an important question? Size and scale of the business. You want to know? You couldn't, I'm not being rude, but I'm guessing if somebody employed 1,000 people, you probably couldn't do a lot of work for them because they'd have their accounting and what have you structures in place. So I want to know, from my perspective, how big a company is, and I can't say to you, hey Gary, what do you turn over, having met you 10 minutes ago, but I can say how many people do you work in the business. And from my perspective, when I go in-house into doing these workshops, which are either half days or full days, to get real great value out of me, you need at least 20, 25 people who need to learn to network. So if there's 6 of you in the firm, you might want to send them on my public course, but you wouldn't invite me in-house because price per head is probably too expensive. So finding the size and scale of a company using a subtle question like that gives you a good indication. And that, again, you want to know, am I talking to a modern type of company? I mean, look at the only people that are selling out there on the exhibition are software companies, IT companies, isn't that right? I presume none of you are still doing debits and credits and cash books, is that right? Where I started. You see, I'm so old. Pounds, shillings and pence. Nobody remembers pounds, shillings. You don't remember. You do? Well, no, you're old, Gary, but you've retired. You don't remember pounds, shillings and pence?
Yes, it was the 15th of February 1971 was when...
71? Yeah.
It was Monday, it was.
It was a Monday, yes. I went into a sandwich shop. I always remember it. I went into a sandwich shop in Stockport to buy a sandwich, and the poor women behind, they were women, the poor women behind the counter couldn't cope with going decimalised. But there's only old people like you and me that remember that, and him.
Yes.
Nobody else does, do you? So yeah, will you accept that's an interesting question to be asking?
Yeah.
Again, it gives you a general flavour of what they're all about.